voice just goes away and you just read.
You'd have to say that these years have been very special, particularly the last two.
Temple Athletics are looking strong, as is this edition of Owlsports, which starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Owlsports Update. Alongside Dan Coop, I'm Anya Cleveland. We'll find out how Temple's athletic director feels about the university's sports programs this past year.
And we'll take a look at what the baseball team is bumping to when they come to the plate. But first, there was business to attend to on the diamond when the Owls took on crosstown rival LaSalle. In Game 2 of a doubleheader, Matt Ockenberry gets the ball, visiting the K-zone here at the expense of the Explorers' Jeff Flax, but the good luck would not continue. George Smith Jr. drives in a run up the middle, a single to put LaSalle back up, but Temple was resilient in this contest, keeping it close. They pounded out 8 hits in the game. Adrian Perez, who's hitting .370 in the 2-hole, hits one back up the middle, plating a run and moving Jabir Khan up to third base. This game would be tied at 5 going into the 9th inning, where the Owls played some hot potato with the baseball in the field, giving back 4 runs in the 9th frame, and they lose to LaSalle 9-5. In the first game of the doubleheader, the Owls held a lead in Game 1 like they did in Game 2 against the Explorers, but fell 10-2. Ryan Ferguson went 3 for 3 at the plate with an RBI and a run scored. In Game 1 of the series, the Owls played the Explorers tough, but eventually lost as well, 8-6. Ben White went 7 2/3 innings, but picked up the loss after striking out 9, but giving up 5 runs. The Owls are 15-14 overall this season.
Sometimes people need motivation to perform well. For the baseball team, that motivation comes in the form of music. Updates Jessa Barron has more.
If you've ever attended a Temple baseball game at home, you've heard the variety of music played throughout the game. The players actually choose this music. Each one chooses their walk-up song when they're up to bat, and each pitcher chooses their walk-out song when they take the mound.
I chose She Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC.
My personal walkout song is, I switched it up this year. It is this band called KG Elephant, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Going Back to Cali by Notorious B.I.G.
With such a range in genres of music, also comes a range in reasons behind their choices.
Usually guys like to go with some lyric that kind of pumps them up. Mine is just more like of the music feel. I guess it just pumps me up a little more, gets some energy. I don't know, it kind of kicks in a couple seconds in where, you know, you throw your first pitch, you kind of have high intensity, you know, so, yeah.
I just like the beat, and I like Notorious B.I.G., and talks about California a lot, and that's where I'm from.
You know, I didn't really feel like I had the best year last year, so not like it was the song's fault, but I just wanted to switch it up. I don't know, I could always switch it mid-season if things are going rough, but yeah, we'll see how this goes.
You know, a lot of guys changed throughout the years, but I kind of just stuck with the same song.
Whether it's to represent their hometown or to get them pumped up for a game, each player has their own reasons behind their song choices. Reporting for Owlsports Update, I'm Jessa Barron.
The men's tennis team is in the middle of a great season, but Mother Nature was unkind to them this week, showering on their match against Villanova. That match will be rescheduled for next week, but the Owls did take on St. Joe's in an attempt to boost their non-conference record. Phillip Rams and Taylor Hairston would win their doubles match 8-2. Just look at the torque on that backhand on there. Here in the doubles match, the Owls would end up dropping their doubles matches and struggled in single play as well. Phillip Rams was able to salvage a 6-4, 7-5 victory at the #1 spot, but the Owls fall to the Johnnies 5-2. The men's team has earned the 3rd seed in their conference tournament. The men haven't won a conference tournament since 1985. That's just 2 years before our own Anya Cleveland was born. The Atlantic 10 tournament will be April 15th through the 17th in St. Louis. The women finished in 3rd in their Atlantic 10 championship, seeded second at the beginning of the tournament. The women defeated George Washington 4-0 in the 3rd place game.
The women's third-place finish in the A-10 has a lot to do with team dynamics, which includes a unique combination of seniors and freshmen. Here's Update's Tom Weisenbach.
At Arthur Ashe Tennis Center, the Temple women's tennis team has been forming a sort of family, but this Parliament of Owls simply refer to themselves as team. Made up of 5 seniors and 5 freshmen, the Owls have a combination of youth and experience that few can boast to own.
We have a good combination of seniors and mostly seniors and freshmen. We had a great recruiting class. Actually, we brought in 3 freshmen that are actually our top players, and that in combination with some of our seniors, we've so far been doing pretty well.
The seniors, they made a great job in this season, and they give us the opportunity to play and to feel that we are going to be better in the next year and all this stuff. So they do a great job, and we try to be like them.
The unique age distribution amongst the players on the team has encouraged a distinct dynamic to form between them.
Good job, Olivia! I'd say certain freshmen go to certain seniors. It's kind of like a mentor system. It's not official, but it kind of developed into one. So all the freshmen have someone that they can talk to about anything whenever they need to. They are like our little sisters. So we're like a big family.
Many sports teams only dream of having a Fab Five. For Temple University women's tennis, they're lucky enough to have 2. For Owlsports Update, I'm Tom Weisenbach.
It's been a pretty good year for Temple athletics, especially the big programs such as basketball and football. Update's Jillian Marshall recently sat down and talked to the big head man himself, athletic director Bill Bradshaw, about the state of athletics. Hi, Jillian.
Thanks, Anya. Bill Bradshaw has been Temple's athletic director for the past 11 years. He's been through a lot of changes with Temple, including the football team changing conferences and hiring 9 new Division I coaches. But this year's a little different than the past. I sat down with Mr. Bradshaw to get his reflection on the Owls athletics in 2011.
I'm very proud of the recent performance of our men's and women's basketball program when you consider that for each of the last 4 years, both our men's and women's programs have been in the tournament. And this year, for the first time in school history, both men's and women's teams won their first round game and got into the second round of the tournament. And it's the first time we've been bowl eligible in football back-to-back. So you have to say that these years have been very special.
Because of Temple's athletic achievement so far, the Owls are ranked again. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup ranked Temple 81st out of 239 Division I schools across the country. Men's and women's basketball teams going to the big dance, and the fencing team taking 13th at Nationals helped Temple get on the map. 4 other A-10 schools also made the cut. Dayton is sitting pretty at 76th, and Xavier, Richmond, and Massachusetts are all ranked in the 100s. As you can see, since Bill Bradshaw's been with Temple, the athletics have greatly improved. Back to Anya and Dan at the desk.
Thanks, Jillian. Going from really good news to some sad news from Temple athletics. One of our own has passed away. John Bowles coached the men's team for 21 years, including 13 10-win seasons.
Bowles was also a star athlete for Temple, leading the Owls to their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Bowles is the winningest coach in Temple soccer history, but just as important, he was a teacher and role model in the Philadelphia Public School District for 29 years. John Bowles, dead at the age of 65. We'll be right back.